this is Ferdi from CANchecked, and today I will show you how to factory reset your wireless brake or tire temperature sensors. This guide is for our latest version of the tire or brake temperature sensors with this housing, but it can also be used for the earlier versions in this housing or even the OG version of the AllSense Tire Pro sensor. The first step is to remove the backside of the housing in general. On the old sensors, this is a TX6 on here, 2 on this side, and on our latest version there are 4 3mm hexagon bolts on the backside of the sensor. The receiver itself uses 2 TX10 screws on the backside. You simply unscrew them to gain access to the board, just like that. On the board itself there is a button located over here. This button will later on be used to factory reset the receiver in first place. Afterwards we factory reset one sensor after the other until we got all the sensors factory reset and repaired to the factory resetted sensor. So now we disassemble the sensor. To factory reset the receiver in first place, you need 12 volt to plug to the receiver. The receiver will now power up normally. I will wait for all the LEDs to turn off and only the first LED to be illuminated. This sensor was already paired successfully, so all the sensors are red as it notices it, as the receiver notices it was connected to sensors beforehand. Now to factory reset the sensor, I press the button on the board until the LED turn off. Like this. Now it will reboot again and is ready to be paired with a new sensor. I will start with the first sensor to pair. This is sensor 1, so front left. I opened up the sensor to gain access to the board. On the board itself here there's also a button located. This button will be later on used to factory reset the sensor. So when the sensor is initially powered up, a quick flash will indicate a low battery and slow flash will indicate the current battery status. So basically each flash means 10% battery percentage. I will quickly add the magnetic override to this sensor so I can check how much battery is left. You hear the clicking noise when the magnetic override is active. I remove it. Now it will begin to start flashing. It's shining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this sensor is fully loaded. You saw it was briefly blinking and now it's blinking normally. So sensor is fully charged, and now I will start to factory reset and pair it to the sensor. The button is locked until the sensor itself has shown its current battery status. So it doesn't work if you push the button before it showed its battery status. So I will now press and hold the button until the light turns off. Here we are. Release it. Now I will wait for the sensor to be back booting up. Once again it will in the first place show its battery status and then it will try to connect to a receiver nearby. So there was the brief blinking and now it's normally operating and will connect to the receiver soon. There it goes. Second LED is there for the first sensor and I will continue with the next sensor. I already unscrewed all 4 screws. Remove the magnetic override, open up the back side, wait for the sensor to power up and show its initial battery status. Now it's operating normally. You saw the brief blinking. This sensor is also fully charged. In a close-up here I press this button and release. Place it next to the receiver. Wait for the sensor to show its battery status and then it will try to connect to the receiver too. So the important part is that you connect one sensor after the other and leave the magnetic override on the sensors that are not paired yet. Here we go. Second sensor is paired. The green LED is there. You can see the first sensor is already blinking green. That means it's transmitting data to the receiver. The second sensor is not transmitting data yet, but is already connected. I will continue with the third sensor now. Same procedure as before. Make sure it's the third sensor. All screws are removed. Pry it open. Be careful not to rip apart the cable. So this sensor doesn't start blinking. I will use the magnetic override to power it up again. Turn it off. Turn it on. So it blinked 10 times. This sensor is also fully charged and now up and running. I will press the button to factory reset it and force it to reconnect to a nearby receiver. Here we go. Third sensor is connected. You can see the fourth LED flashing, lit up. It will start flashing later on when data is transmitted. And we can continue with the fourth sensor. It blinked 10 times, so this sensor is also fully charged and now operating normally. I will press the button to factory reset it. Release. Place it next to the receiver and wait for the sensor to be paired to the receiver. Here we go. The last sensor is up and running and connected to the receiver. It will also start blinking soon and transmit data via CAN bus. Now all that left is to do is complete the assembly again, and then you're ready for the track. Basically, the sensor is really simple. Just close it back, make sure you don't pinch the cable. Insert off all 4 screws. Tighten them carefully and place the magnetic override back in place. Now this sensor is turned off. It will be soon recognized as turned off by the LED lit up in red, just like it did now. Same thing goes for the other 3 sensors. The receiver is a little bit more tricky. On the receiver, the difficult part is not to pinch the board. So basically I make sure it fits flush in here, put my thumb here so the board doesn't pop up again. Use the back side and I just make sure it sits flush. Keep my hands pushed together or my fingers and then screw it back in. And there you go. That's how you factory reset your receiver and your sensors on the CANchecked tire or brake temperature untethered